Welcome everyone to another episode of Tierlist Tuesdays, episode 3. And today I want to do something kind of fun. Spider-Man and Batman suits. Also, look how cool this is. And you can also like squish it. So I won't be looking at the characters, the movies, the shows, just purely how the suit looks. Nothing else, no Bruce Wayne or anything. If I had to choose one of these costumes to go to a Halloween party, which one would I want most? And Batman and Spider-Man, they're both my favorite superheroes, especially Batman. And speaking of, we got animated Batman first. And I'm gonna put it in the A tier. Now, with me, I love it when a suit is like unique and very different to the original, which is why this suit can't go in the S tier, because it basically looks like the exact same suit as in like the comics, especially the original comics. But what it does have is, first of all, it's iconic. When you see it, it's like, oh yeah, that's Kevin Costner animated Batman. And something that I really like is that it looks like that throughout the whole show. But if he goes into the shadows, he turns completely black and you only see its eyes. And that's terrifying. Like that makes Batman really cool. And also this color scheme and this suit, just works really well in an animation format. It doesn't work as well in the live action, but it just looks really cool animated, so it deserves an A tier for me. Next up we have animated Spider-Man. It's definitely worse. It's either a C or B tier. Honestly, it's kind of a C tier. Yes, it's basically the same as the comics version, but the colors just aren't very vibrant, like at all. It's probably the most bland. Yeah, I'd have to say the most bland suit in this entire list, just because there's nothing unique about it. The spider symbol in the middle looks like shit. The eyes barely move in the actual animation. It's just kind of like a really mediocre suit for me, personally. And I'm also comparing them relative to the other suits, so, you know, if we're comparing this suit against like a Captain America suit or something, it would rank higher. But it's also because of how good the suits are in later movies and shows, it just has to get a C tier for me. Oh no, so next up we have Batman 1989. It's probably the worst suit in this entire list if I had to guess. I hate how it moves. It's similar to the Dark Knight suit, so when he has to move his neck, he doesn't move like this, he goes like... because the neck is sucked, so when he's fighting as well, he's fighting like this the whole time. It looks so weird, and that's a major downfall. I haven't said this yet, but the yellow bat symbol, how it's a bat and then yellow around it, I actually don't really like it that much. I way prefer the newest bat suits where they're just completely black, and that started with the Dark Knight, I'm pretty sure, at least live action, and they kind of just continue doing that, and I absolutely love that. Also, I know Batman does this, but the suit makes it look like he's angry the entire time. And that just catches me off guard. Like, he's not angry all the time, you know. In most of the other suits, he can actually move his eyes, but I don't know. It just doesn't sit right with me. So yeah, it just gets a D tier for me. Next up, we have Toby Maguire's suit. So, okay, let me know about this with you guys, but I think I'll put it in the B tier. But I like it when the suit changes in each movie. So with Toby Maguire, the suits just stay the same, apart from when he turns into Venom. And, you know, that's fine, but I just get bored of the suit after a while. I'm like, okay, the movie would have been better if they just changed the suit. I personally like that. I know they do it for marketing reasons and to get people hyped for the movie, but I like it a lot. Comparing this suit to the animated version, the only real difference is that the webs are white rather than black, but I love that change. It looks so much better in my opinion. In later Spider-Man movies, the eyes can move, which looks really cool, but in this movie, they stay the same the entire time, and it just makes him look emotionless. The only time you see emotion is when he takes his mask off. So this is more about the actor than the suit, but Spider-Man is the perfect height. There's a certain Spider-Man that's just way too tall for my liking. So, you know, he gains points for the right height. But even better is the Venom Suit. I used to love this movie as a kid. I still kind of love it, but for the wrong reasons, just because of how bad it is. But I used to be obsessed with this suit. I was like, oh my god, they should make every Spider-Man suit black. It just looks so much better. And the only criticism that I do have, and I do take this into consideration, is that the powers don't change. For some reason, which is so weird. Every time Spider-Man turns into like a Venom, or has some sort of symbiote in him, normally you can use Venom's powers, rather than, you know, just becoming strong. You can also use I don't know, like black spiderwebs or something, but it just doesn't work that well in this movie. Also, this suit is iconic. Like, if you think of black Spider-Man suits outside of Miles Morales, you're probably going to think of this suit. It just looks really cool. Next up, we have the Dark Knight suit. Now, this is very interesting because I feel like a lot of people either hate it or love it. I personally love the movies, but the suit has always been a bit just slightly goofy. Not so bad, but it's around the same level as Toby Maguire's suit. I like the colors. It's mainly fully black, and I really like that. I think from the neck down... Actually, sorry, the neck itself is a problem, again, because he's moving like this the whole time. So Christian Bale, that's one of the main criticisms of the Dark Knight trilogy, is that the action is not great, and I genuinely think that the suit has a big reason for that, because when Christian Bale's fighting, it looks like shit, because he's moving like this the whole time, so don't like that. But yeah, as I was saying, from about chest down, the suit looks great. But the head itself, it just looks goofy. I don't like how the mouth looks. The black, makeup, it looks fine. Like, it looks a lot better in later Batman suits. So, in general, not super offensive, but definitely doesn't stand out or anything. So, I'll give it a B tier. I used to think this suit kind of sucked, but that's only because the eyes look really bad. But looking into it, I think out of all these suits, this might be the highest quality suit. Like, if you just zoom in on the suit and just look at the material and stuff, it looks like a $10,000 suit. It looks super high quality, and I really like that about it. To be fair, Peter Parker doesn't have much money, so it makes sense for him not to have a very high quality suit. But the suit just looks so good that I don't know, I kind of want to... It's definitely better than Tobey Maguire's suit. I think it's a very high B tier, just not going to A, just because the eyes look so bad. It makes it look like a fly or like an insect rather than a spider. Oh yeah, and also, I like Andrew Garfield. I think he's a really good actor, especially in Hacksaw Ridge. He's brilliant in that movie. But he's so tall that it's it just doesn't match Spider-Man. Like, he's so lanky. Like, he's so lanky when in reality he's like kind of short and stubby. Not short, but like not tall either. So I don't know, I just don't like how tall he is. That's just me personally. Now, this one's very interesting. I used to think the second movie had a better suit. But honestly, it might be slightly worse now. The eyes look really good, but looking into like the quality of the material, it does look a lot worse, and so it kind of doesn't look as good. I think the colors might look just slightly better. Oh yeah, I haven't said this yet, but the actual spider symbol looks really, really sick. Like, better than most of the ones coming up. And also, we haven't had many A or S tiers yet, and I think it's because the suits gradually get better as the years go along, especially like in the last 5 years. They look absolutely brilliant, so that's why we haven't gotten that many A or S tiers yet. So next up, we have... Okay, I love The Dark Knight Returns. If you haven't seen it, you should. It's two movies, kind of in one big story. So in this adaptation, Bruce Wayne is in his 50s or 60s or something, and he's like massive, but just too big in my opinion. He's just wide as fuck. I don't like that, so I don't know. And it's also, it might just be the animation style, but I'm just not a fan of the suit. Later on in those movies, he gets like a metal suit in order to fight Superman. That looks a lot better, but just this suit, I'm not really a big fan of it. Next up, we have my favorite live-action Spider-Man movie, which is Homecoming. The suit itself looks really good. I think I'd put it in the A tier. Honestly, Tom Holland, all of his suits look really good, so don't be surprised if they all make it A tier or above. It's so clean. Remember, okay, you know how I said animated Spider-Man doesn't have very vibrant colors? This one does. Like, it's like a bright red contrast with a really nice blue. I don't like the spider symbol that much. It's like a tiny spider. I think it looks way better in the Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire suits, but... And the eyes are amazing. I love how they move. Like when for example, when his spider senses tingle, his eyes go smaller. It just feels like this suit has a lot more life to it than the previous Spider-Man suit. You can see Tom Holland's point of view. So there's like, you know, the spider eyes, and then like you can zoom in and stuff. I just think it's so cool, rather than, you know, just a lifeless Spider-Man. So it definitely gets an A tier for me. Next up, okay, we have another very wide Batman, but honestly, I kind of prefer it over the Dark Knight, which is strange. I think I'd put it maybe here. First of all, the head just looks so much better. I like how the ears are a lot smaller. If I saw Christian Bale Batman and Ben Affleck Batman, if I had to choose which one I'd rather be beaten up by, just based on their suits, I'd rather be beaten up by Christian Bale. Ben Affleck's one looks a lot more intimidating to me, so, you know, I think it deserves a B tier. I know the movies are honestly shit, like every movie's been, apart from Zack Snyder's Justice League, he's actually really good in that. Oof. Okay, 2018 Spider-Man has 3 different suits and they're all brilliant. Starting off with the suit from Infinity War. It might be called the Iron Spider, I think. It's borderline S tier, like, yeah, it's S tier. It's so sick. I love, okay, that power-up where he gets spiders at the back of it, at the back. It just, that looks so sick. I love how Tony Stark made it. I think that's really cool. I love how the eyes glow. The spider symbol looks fucking incredible. It's red and black, which for me looks so much better than red and blue. But there's gold in it as well. It's just such a sick suit. Is this the best Tom Holland suit? Actually, no, I think there's one more that looks better, but we'll get onto that. For now, we'll go on to, in my opinion, the best Batman suit in this entire list. Arkham Knight. Okay, so I had to choose between all the Arkham games. They all look brilliant. But for me, Arkham Knight Batman just looks so sick. In the previous Batman suits, if you punched him, you know, you would be fine. If you punched this suit, you're gonna break your fucking hand because it's made out of like pure metal. And even so, he's still super mobile. It doesn't slow him down or anything. His cape looks incredible as well. The capes look really mid for the most part in all of the Batman suits, except for maybe the Dark Knight one. But the cape looks amazing in the Arkham games, so it just has to go. It's probably my favorite. It's actually not as good as the Spider-Man suit, but it is my favorite Batman suit. Next up we have Miles Morales' suit from Spider-Verse. Very high A tier. I just love black Spider-Man suits. It just looks so much better. It's literally an upgrade of the Venom suit from Spider-Man 3. It's fully black, but with really cool red palettes, and the eyes can move, and it's just, like, you see what I mean? How the suits get better as the years go along because they have higher budgets, so they're able to, like, move their eyes. It's just so sick. It's actually not my favorite Miles Morales suit, actually, but it is definitely very high up there. This is my second favorite Spider-Man suit. Spiderman Ps4. First of all, I just have to say this, the best spider symbol, like, in the entire list. Just a white spider that's really big, that's it. It looks so sick. I love it so much. Once again, the colors are quite vibrant, so it just shows how friendly he is. Like, for example, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, it's a very dark red, dark blue. Which, you know, it suits that character because, you know, he's not that nice, let's be honest. But compared to, like, this PS4 version, who, you know, a very, very super nice Spider-Man, it makes sense that his suit is, like, very vibrant and welcoming in a way. But still, you know, intimidating enough that you're like, oh shit, Spider-Man has run away. When I played through Spider-Man, yes, I changed the suits, but I would often change back to the original suit, just because it's honestly one of the best looking suits out there. So yeah, it's the best suit so far on this list. Next up we have a very interesting one. So this was probably controversial just because the movies aren't as good as the animated series, but I'm putting this Batman suit in the very high A tier. So this Batman is in Justice League Dark, which I think are really good, and then also Justice League War, I think it's called, and I love his suits in those movies. His ears are 2.T, the color is better than the animated version, his size is just right, not too big, not too small. He's just a solid animated Batman, and just even better than the original one, so I don't know, I just always preferred, I always thought, wow, this Batman looks sick, so I don't know, I just love how it looks so high A tier for me. Now, the best suit in this entire list, it's probably not shared upon everyone, but I have to go with the suit from Far From Home. It's so sick. Black and red, my favorite combination. The material looks very high quality once again, which I absolutely love. It looks super clean. Also, his fucking wing things, whatever you call them, those are sick. I love them so much. One thing that I really like is, by this point, Tom Holland isn't as nice as he used to be. So, and the suit kind of reflects that. Like, That's kind of a terrifying Spider-Man right there. Like, I do not want to go up against that fucking suit. The only thing is that I still don't like the spider symbol in the middle, but it does look better than the Homecoming suit, so I'll give it that. Now we have a funny one. Now we have Lego Batman. I have no idea where to place this. You know, it looks fine. I'll just put it in the B tier. It's Lego Batman. It looks fine, doesn't stand out. This is the same suit, so B tier. Now, remember how I said Spider-Verse doesn't have the best Miles Morales suit? That's because the PS4 version has a really sick one. Like, amazing. Oh, it's so good. Yeah, I'll put it... It looks almost as good as Peter Parker's one from the PS4 games, which says a lot because I love that one. So, black and red, amazing. And then lastly, we have Robert Pattinson. The best live action Batman we've had. Both the character and suit wise. Very, very high A tier, just above the Batman Dark one. I love how the bat symbol is like a pocket knife. I think that's so fucking sick. I also love the head, like it just looks so much better than the other ones. The right size as well. Intimidating as absolute shit. Not only because of the performance, but ignoring that, just the suit itself. If I saw that one, I'm like, oh god, that guy's gonna beat me up. It's funny because when I saw the trailers, I was thinking, I'm not sure if I dig this suit that much, but after watching the movie, I was like, yeah, I'll love that suit. So, yeah, there we have it. Every Spider-Man and Batman suit ranked. And honestly, Spider-Man has just better suits in general. Like, the top 3 are all Spider-Man, which makes sense. You know, there's a few more Spider-Man suits, and there's a lot more you can do with it. Like with Batman, you have to maintain black, and so you can't do that much outside of that. Whereas Spider-Man, you can change the red, you can change the blue, you can change the black. Some of them have gold as well, so there's a lot more color variety. And also there's a Miles Morales version and a Peter Parker version, so there's more characters as well. So it makes sense to me that the Spider-Man ones look even better. Where do you reckon this one goes? Honestly, this is like a solid B tier. I'll put it just above. Honestly, the top of B tier, this is where I'll put it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun with it. I actually didn't know that I loved Spider-Man suits so much. I thought Batman would have more, but yeah, good to know for me. I'll see you guys on Friday. There's a special video about WALL-E. I love that movie, so yeah. And so yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with my S, A, B tiers and all that? What is your favorite and what is your least favorite suits as well? And let me know any suits that I missed. I'm sure I've missed a few suits. So yeah, thank you for the support as always, and I'll see you guys on Friday. See ya.